So this is gonna be a 15 to 20 minute class, as Thursdays typically are. And it might get a little sweaty, which I'm kind of regretting because this room gets so hot in the evening. But it's gonna be called the break dancing class. And so we're gonna do some of them today. It's everything. It's core, it's hip openers, it's shoulder and arm wrist strength. But we are gonna get nice and warmed up first. So when you're ready, go ahead, let's stand up. We're gonna start at the front of the mat. Perfect. We're gonna start with opening up our chest first. So go ahead, we're gonna do what's called a swimmer stretch. So we're just bringing our arms out nice and wide, crossing one over the other, nice and wide, and then other one crosses on top. So get a little momentum. Back and forth, alternating which arm is on top each time. Opening up the chest, you're kind of like you're shaking blood to your fingertips. Imagine that. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1, release. Okay, it's kind of the same concept, except we're gonna take right arm forward, left arm back, drop them down and switch, but same concept. Do it quickly, so it's like you're trying to get blood to your fingertips. Switch and switch. And while you're doing this, notice your thoracic spine moving independently from your hips, which is what we do in snowboarding all the time, right? Upper half moves, rotates, lower half locks. 3, 2, 1, release. Beautiful. From here, make your feet about the board stance width apart, small bend in your knees, just a little bit, kind of like you're riding, like in that athletic stance. You're not all the way into a squat. From here, just bring your elbows out to the side, elbows up, and then we're just rotating side to side. So getting a little bit more rotation and that upper half. And breathe. Good. 3, 2, 1, release. Yes, from here, I'm gonna turn so you can see me. We're gonna squat and make sure, John and Sarah, you guys might have to separate a little bit, but we're gonna kick out to the side, so don't kick anyone next to you. Squat first. As you stand, kick your right leg up like you're peeing on a fire hydrant. Squat again, same thing on the other side. And just go back and forth between the two a couple times. If you get a hip pop in your adductors, that's perfect, that's okay. That's your free chiropractic work. You're welcome. Ready? 3, 2, 1, release. Yes, okay, from here, same kind of concept. Maybe find the middle of your mat. We're gonna take a lunge back. Stand through the left leg, bring that right leg forward, tap. We've done this one before. Lunge back, tap the right toe, and you can keep a bend in that right leg. It does not have to be all the way straight. Keep going. And breathe. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, switch sides. Same thing. Right leg stays planted. Left leg goes back. Forward and tap. And breathe. Maybe look at something that doesn't move if you need help balancing. 3, 2, 1. And go ahead, release. Okay, heart rate might be pumping a little bit. We're gonna calm it down before we get started. Go ahead, inhale, shoot your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold, small bend in the knees. Let yourself hang here for a second. Tuck your chin into your chest. Breathe in and out through your nose. Good. Beautiful. When you're ready, place your hands on your shins, imagining you're lengthening your spine, so straightest spine possible from your sit bones to your head. And on the next exhale, fold just a little bit deeper. Place your hands down onto the ground. Step both feet back into a downward facing dog. Pressing one heel down to the ground and the other. Ear between the arms. Your legs do not have to be straight. You can put a small bend in your knees. We're really just trying to get a good calf stretch here and maybe opening up the shoulders a little bit more as well. Good. When you're ready, go ahead, drop your knees down to the ground. Come onto your fists. So it's like you're in a tabletop position, but your fists are on the mat and your fingertips or your palms are facing each other. Okay, from here, we're just gonna do a little bit of wrist work before we get going with the breakdancing. We're gonna bring our wrists all the way down to the ground so your elbows almost touch the floor, and then rock them all the way up and then as far forward as possible. So it's like your thumb knuckles touching the floor or almost. Good, wrist rocks as far down to the side of the wrist, almost touching the elbows to the floor and then all the way back up. Thumb knuckles to the floor. And just keep going. Good, strengthening the wrist a little bit before we get going. Good, let's do one more. Beautiful, and go ahead, release, spread your fingers out wide, palms down. Okay, break dancing time. From here, we're gonna tuck your toes up, tuck your toes, hover your knees up. Right there. We're gonna come off the mat, okay? You don't have to stay on the mat. We're gonna take the left foot underneath our body and then flip the right hand. So we're bringing the right hand behind us and now we're chest facing up towards the ceiling. Yes, good. Take a second here, really open up your front body. And then we're gonna keep going in the same circle. So we're gonna lift the left hand, bring it across our body as we take that right leg underneath us, coming back onto all fours. Okay, so we're gonna keep going in that circle. Left leg goes underneath, right hand flips. Once it gets there, left hand comes over, right leg comes underneath. Good, if you need to watch me, you can. Left leg, right arm, hips up. Left arm, right leg. Good, left leg, right arm, hips up. Let's do 2 more in this direction. Keep going. And the next time you're in that reverse tabletop where you're looking up at the ceiling, we're gonna switch directions. So bring that right arm over the body. Left leg comes underneath, right leg goes under, left leg or left arm comes up and over. So it's just like you're going in a circle in the opposite direction. Now don't wait for my cue, just go ahead and keep going. And breathe. Really think about your chest opening up. Think about your hips opening up. Think about all the muscles you're using. Literally everything. And breathe. Yes, you're crushing it, you guys. Let's do 2 more. And last one. And the next time you're on all fours, go ahead, rotate to where you're facing the front of the mat. And then drop your knees wide. Untuck your toes. Sit your hips on your heels, forehead to the ground, walk your hands out, child's pose just for a second. Before we do our next breakdancing move, you can go ahead and make some circles in the wrists. Maybe spread your fingers wide. Maybe slow down your breathing by counting the seconds of your inhale. And then try to get your exhale to match. Yes, good. Beautiful. The next one has a little bit more hips and a little bit more core, but it still has shoulders as well. So when you're ready, go ahead, come up onto all fours, tuck your toes, send it into a downward facing dog. Slowly walk your feet all the way to your hands, coming into a forward fold. Good, small bend into your knees as you roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head up last to the top. Big inhale, swoop your arms all the way up. Exhale, spread your fingers all the way down. Beautiful. From here, go ahead, step your left foot out, and now we're gonna do a wide-legged stance facing the side of the mat. Yes, you can go a little bit wider if you feel like you need to. Basically, we're gonna go into a wide-legged forward fold, okay? So hands on your hips, hinge with your hips, leading with your chest forward. Go ahead and fold down to the ground just to get your fingertips on the mat, okay? From here, place your left hand down, and you can always look at me if you need to for the first one. We're gonna place our left hand down. We're bending into the right knee as we shoot our left leg forward, and then we're gonna bring it up and tap, and then down. And then we push back into that wide-legged fold. Isn't that fun? Yeah, so good. So go ahead, meet back into the fold. We're gonna do the same on the right hand. Press into your right hand, bend into the left knee, shoot that right leg between the left leg and the right arm, bring it up, tap the hand, back down, press back into that wide-legged forward fold. If you need to take 2 movements to press back into the wide-legged forward fold, do whatever you need to. Take as many movements as you need, okay? Try to do it in one swift movement, but take as many as you need. Keep going. Shoot it through, tap, back up. Switch sides. Core, shoulders. We even got some quads in here. They're kind of sneaky. So everything that we need for next snowboarding season. Strengthening our wrists. That way, if we fall and put our arm out, we don't sprain it as bad, even though the goal is never to put your arm out when you fall, remember. But if it happens, because it does sometimes, hopefully you won't break your wrist because you're strengthening it here. Keep going. Take breaks if you need them. Let's do one more on each side. And last one. And we'll meet in that wide-legged forward fold. Yes, good guys. Let yourself hang here a little bit. Maybe you can even grab each elbow. Let your chin tuck to your chest. Breathe, letting your adductors open up. That's the inner part of your thighs. Beautiful. When you're ready, go ahead, rotate yourself to go into a lunge facing the front of the mat, so over that right leg. Inhale, proud chest. Exhale, step that left leg forward, fold. Inhale, proud chest again. Exhale, step the right leg back into a lunge. Good, so we're kind of getting a little lunge on both sides. Inhale, proud chest. Step back, downward facing dog. From here, we're just gonna do a little wave. So we've done the wave like before. So come onto your tippy toes, tuck your chin into your chest, round forward as far as you can into a high plank. Once you get as far as you can, bend your knees, look forward, press yourself back. So it's like you're making a giant wave with your spine. And if you want to really challenge it, close your eyes. And try to be as wave-like as possible. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful. After your last one, go ahead, meet in child's pose. Knees wide, forehead to the ground. If you're clenching your jaw, let it go. And again, just breathe in and out through your nose. Maybe making circles in your wrists. Beautiful. Good, you guys. When you're ready, go ahead, slowly walk your hands up until you come seated on your heels. As always, if this is uncomfortable for you, instead of tucking your toes under, grab a pillow, a sweatshirt, a blanket, put it underneath your ankles, but one day this should become comfortable. So go ahead, bring your knees together, keep your tops of the feet on the mat. We're just gonna do a little wrist care before we get out of here. So when you're ready, bring your palms together. I'm gonna face you for this one. Bring your palms together and then bring your hands as far down as possible. Your palms of your hands might separate just a little bit, that's okay. Good, so now rotate your hands so your fingertips are facing towards the ground. Yes. And then try to bring your hands up a little bit. Good, rotate them back so your fingertips are facing up towards the ceiling. And then check this out, keep your pinkies together, open up your hands, and then we're gonna rock so the back of our hands touch, and then bring your fingertips towards the ground. So back of the hands are touching, fingertips towards the ground. Try to press your elbows towards one another. So instead of them coming out here, press them down. And they're not gonna touch each other, but we're just getting a little bit more angle in the wrist. Good, and then go ahead, rotate your fingertips up, and then pinkies touching as you close your hands. Press your palms down. Yes, rotate, fingers down. Rotate back up. Spin on the pinkies. Rotate so your fingertips are facing down, backs of the hands are touching. And just go back and forth between those a couple of times. You can get weird with it and do big circles all the way. Or you can just keep going with the prayer hands and the flip. But the hands always touch each other. Good. And 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, release. Shake out your hands just a little bit. Yes, beautiful.